Penguin Random House Audio presents In the Lateness of the World. This is the author, Carolyn Forché. For Harry and Sean, and in memory of the others. To those, finally, whose roads of ink and blood go through words and men, and most of all to you, to us, to you, Edmund Yabes. Museum of Stones. These are your stones, assembled in matchbox and tin, collected from roadside, culvert and viaduct, battlefield, threshing floor, basilica, abattoir. Stones loosened by tanks in the streets, from a city whose earliest map was drawn in ink on linen. Schoolyard stones in the hand of a corpse. Pebble from Baudelaire's Oui. Stone of the mind within us, carried from one silence to another. Stone of cromlech and cairn, schist and shale, hornblende, agate, marble, millstones, ruins of choirs and shipyards, chalk, marl, mudstone from temples and tombs. Stone from the silvery grass near the scaffold. Stone from the tunnel lined with bones. Lava of a city's entombment. Stones chipped from lighthouse, cell wall, scriptorium. Paving stones from the hands of those who rose against the army. Stones where the bells had fallen, where the bridges were blown. Those that had flown through windows, weighted petitions, feldspar, rose quartz, blue schist, Nice and Chert. Fragments of an abbey at dusk. Sandstone toe of a Buddha, mortared at Bamyan. Stone from the hill of 3 crosses and a crypt. From a chimney where storks cried like human children. Stones newly fallen from stars, a stillness of stones, a heart. Altar and boundary stone, marker and vessel, first cast, load and hail. Bridge stones and others to pave and shut up with. Stone apple, stone basil, beechberry, stone break, concretion of the body. As blind, as cold, as deaf. All earth a quarry, all life a labor, stone-faced, stone-drunk with hope that this assemblage of rubble taken together would become a shrine or holy place, an ossuary, immovable and sacred, like the stone that marked the path of the sun as it entered the human dawn. The boatman. We were 31 souls, he said, in the gray sick of sea, in a cold rubber boat, rising and falling in our filth. By morning, this didn't matter. No land was in sight. All were soaked to the bone, living and dead. We could still float, we said, from war to war. What lay behind us but ruins of stone piled on ruins of stone? City called Mother of the Poor, surrounded by fields of cotton and millet, city of jewelers and cloak-makers, with the oldest church in Christendom and the sword of Allah. If anyone remains there now, he assures, they would be utterly alone. There is a hotel named for it in Rome, 200 meters from the Piazza di Spagna, where you can have breakfast under the portraits of film stars. There, the staff cannot do enough for you. But I am talking nonsense again, as I have since that night. We fetched a child, not ours, from the sea. Drifting, face down in a life vest, its eyes taken by fish or the birds above us. After that, Aleppo went up in smoke, and Raqqa came under a rain of leaflets warning everyone to go. Leave, yes, but go. Where? We lived through the Americans and Russians, through Americans again, many nights of death from the clouds, mornings surprised to be waking from the sleep of death, still unburied and alive, with no safe place. Leave. Yes, we'll obey the leaflets, but go where? To the sea to be eaten? To the shores of Europe to be caged? To Camp Misery and Camp Remain here? I ask you then where? You tell me you are a poet. If so, our destination is the same. I find myself now the boatman, driving a taxi at the end of the world. I will see that you arrive safely, my friend. I will get you there. Water crisis. They have cut off the water in the sinking metropolis. Do not wash clothes, bathe only with small buckets. Meanwhile, cisterns on the roofs of the rich send it singing through the pipes of the better houses. There is the sound of applause. It is the clap of wings just before doves enter the darkness of the dovecote. Then a quiet comes. The sirens die down. Security gates slam shut. It is like night. We are waiting to breathe again. The gamecocks are forced to fight with knives taped to their feet. This is illegal. So is everything else, and there is never enough. The logs are fed, little by little, into the mouths of the clay ovens. Many songbirds have been roasted by the heavens. Motor scooters flock through the streets, a murmuration, crossing like starlings the skies. It is a matter of thirst. They transport the cocks in baskets covered by plastic bags, their entire lives tethered to the ground, trapped in wicker. Until they are angry enough. Roof to roof in the conclaves, cistern to cold cistern. They have seen to it. The rich will have what they want. Is this a relief? The last cloud is empty. The first death, reason enough. Report from an island. Sea washes the sands in a frill of salt and a yes sound. We lie beneath palms under the star constellations of the global south. Across, a sword pointing upward. Through frangipani trees, a light wind, bats foraging. Foreigners smoke the bats out by burning coconuts, calling this the bat problem, or they set out poisonous fruit. The gecko hides under a banana leaf. So far nothing is said. A gecko, mistaken for a bird that sings in the night. It is no bird. A healer blows smoke into the wound, sees through flesh to a bone once broken. In the sea, they say, there is an island, made of bottles and other trash. Plastic bags become clouds, and the air a place for opportunistic birds. 1.5 million plastic pounds make their way there every hour. The pellets are eggs to the seabirds, and the bags jellyfish to the turtle. So it is with diapers, shampoo, razors and snack wrappers, soda rings and six-pack holders. Even the sacks to carry it all home flow to the sea. Wind has lofted the water into a distant city, according to news reports. Most of that city submerged now, with fish in the streets. It is no bird. The man hasn't sold any of his carved dolphins. Geckos don't sing. The vendor of sarongs hasn't sold a single one. Prow, the boats are called, throughout this archipelago. Spider-looking, soft-motored, waiting at dawn. Geckos can't blink, so they lick their own eyes to keep them wet. Their bite is gentle. They eat mealworms and crickets.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?